it's Megan with Fine Designs by Megan, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this super easy Halloween tumbler. I used different glitters, colors, of course, you can tell, and I did different size stripes, and then I used a pattern vinyl right here in the middle. And I use this cute Nightmare Before Christmas, and they're like little babies. It's so stinking cute. I just love Nightmare Before Christmas. I guess it's just something that I fell in love with years ago, and I'm still holding on and still loving them today. So anyways, I will list down in the description box all the materials that I use. Now, if you follow the link to where I get my epoxy or my vinyl, you will receive a discount. If you follow the link, you'll receive a discount added on at checkout. You will also get a discount if you use the code Dory3 with KS Resin. You'll get a discount at checkout, and that's it really. And then I guess that's it. So if you have any questions, feel free just to ask them down there in the comment section. I try to respond to all comments within 24 hours. I do have 3 kiddos in sports, and my husband works nights, so I'm kind of by myself most of the time trying to do everything. So sometimes it might take me a little bit longer to get back to you, but I will always try my hardest to get back to you within 24 hours, okay? Let's see, what else? I forget. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it so much. It means the world to me that my channel's growing and I can help you guys. I just appreciate it so much. If you like my video, just give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me anything. We all learn from somewhere. If I can be an inspiration or you can draw ideas off of my work, that's awesome. I learned from somewhere. I actually learned from Heather from Feather Bear, oh gosh, 4 years ago. Excuse that was my son. He just came in my she shed. But anyways, we all learn from somewhere. That's who I learned from. That's who I watched and I drew ideas off of. And then throughout the years, I just picked up my own thing, grew my own thing, have my own ways of doing things. And if my ways help you, that's awesome. And if you have any suggestions for me, shoot me with them. I'm always open to learning new things also. So anyways, enough talking from me, or I'll be talking all day. And let's go ahead and jump into this tutorial and get started. Thank you guys. For today's tutorial, you're going to need a tumbler that has been sanded, cleaned, and painted. I went ahead and painted my purple because I'm going to be using purple and black glitter. Then you're going to need pattern vinyl. I went ahead and have already cut my vinyl down, which I will show you how I got my measurements. And then you're going to need both sides of tape. My vinyl is from the Vinyl Craze, which I am going to link down in the description box, and you can also use it, get a discount if you click that link, and at checkout you'll receive your discount. So what you're going to do first is grab your smaller tape and put a small piece at the top, and then go ahead and add a small piece at the bottom. And that's going to be my black glitter in that section. And this is just how I get my measurements, and I'm just using small pieces at first. And once my little tapes are on there, and that's going to be which line is that color, or the color. So my thinner lines are going to be black, and my thicker line is going to be purple. So I'm going to lay the 2 thin lines at the top and bottom. Then I'm going to get a bigger piece of tape and add it above the smaller line. Sorry, I went a little off screen. I'm learning. I'll get better. And then after the bigger piece, I'm going to grab another small piece and I'm going to add it right above the bigger piece. And then that will be my lines for my glitter. Then once that tape is added, I'm going to grab my ruler. And this is where my vinyl is going to go, which I have already pre-cut mine and measured it out. So I didn't have to cut it while I was on video. And it ends up to be a little bit over, what was it, about 3.5 inches is what it's going to end up being, right at about 3.5 inches.
Okay, so to make sure that you get your vinyl on there perfectly straight, the easiest thing to do is to go ahead and wrap your top part of your cup with the smallest of the blue painter's tape. Go ahead and wrap the whole thing around there, and then that way it's already wrapped up and it's ready for your glitter once you add your vinyl. And then this will show you exactly where your vinyl needs to go. It's measured out perfectly from there. So go ahead and wrap that tape around the top, make sure it's perfectly even. And then once that's on there, then you can just grab your patterned vinyl and then wrap it around your cup and apply it just like you would if you were doing like a big sheet of patterned vinyl. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, you do it pretty much the same way as that. So if you want to go back and watch one of my videos, you can go watch it. So just wrap it, make sure it's going to match up even. And if you're using any pattern vinyl that has lines, try to match your lines up as close as you can. Like this one's the black and white striped lines. That way it doesn't look too goofy if your lines don't meet up. See how mine are meeting up perfect? That's what you're going to want. So then once you get it matched up where you want it, go ahead and trim off the excess part. I always save all of the little pieces that I have because I can use them for keychains, pins, anything like that. So go ahead and remove that piece. Leave a little bit extra just in case, because you don't want to cut it too short and then end up having a gap where you can see through. So I always leave mine a little bit extra, and then I trim off anything that I want to at the end or when I am done applying the pattern vinyl. And so go ahead and tape your vinyl down. I tape mine down about 1 inch from where I'm going to apply it at. And then this just helps hold it while I remove the carrier and start pushing it down or applying it on there. So I just make sure it matches up perfectly. If it doesn't match up completely perfectly, it's not completely even for when you trimmed it up, don't worry too much, because you are going to be covering up between the glitter and the pattern vinyl, so you won't even ever see that the line might not be completely perfect. If you want to trim it up to make sure that it's closer to being perfect, you can also do that. I trim mine up just a little bit just in case. I didn't want it too big because I didn't know exactly what size of tape I would be using on the edging. So now that I have mine perfectly measured up, it's ready to be applied. I'm just going to tape it down, and then I'm going to start applying it onto the cup. And make sure you have your felted squeegee, because that is a lifesaver whenever you're applying any pattern vinyl. It seriously helps me. So just grab your tape, tape it down so it doesn't move when you're starting applying, and then just cut off anywhere from about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of your carrier, and then just push it down with your thumb. And then that way you don't have any bubbles. If you start in the middle when you're pushing it down and then go out from there, it really helps with creases, getting any bumps, bubbles, all of that jazz. So go ahead and just trim off a little bit. And then press down with your fingers and smooth it out. Then remove your painter's tape and pull your vinyl back, and then you'll just pull off a little bit of your carrier on the back, grab your felt squeegee, and just start applying. Once you have your pattern vinyl on there, you're just going to want to go over it with your squeegee tool and get out all your air bubbles. Make sure there's no creases. And then once you have that done, go ahead and pull up your top piece of tape, and then you're going to add it to the right below your pattern vinyl that you just put on there. And then that is going to be your first section of glitter that you're going to do underneath there. And I'm applying it, even though I'm going to be pulling it right back up, I'm going to go ahead and apply it so I know exactly where to put my thicker blue tape. And then that's going to be your purple section. So you do want to have that completely covered and marked off. And then you don't even have to apply your next section of tape because we're going to start glittering the black glitter. And I'm going to put the black glitter at the top, pretty much where all my smaller sections is going to have my black glitter. And then my purple glitter is going to go in my bigger section. So once you have your bigger tape laid down, go ahead and pull up your smaller tapes. And then what you're going to want to do now is go ahead and grab your bigger tape and wrap it around your pattern vinyl, because you want to make sure your pattern vinyl is completely covered. And then make sure your bigger section of purple is completely flat, because you're going to take your cup and go ahead and take it outside and spray it the color of your next glitter, which mine's going to be black. So once I get my tape completely wrapped around there and I know that there's no lifting or anything like that where the paint would get on my vinyl, I'm going to take it outside and I'm going to spray it with black paint. Black spray paint, the flat one, is the one that I actually choose. So go ahead and take it outside and do that. And then once that is painted, I'm just going to grab the adhesive from Peachy Olive Glitters. I will leave a link in the description box. It's absolutely amazing. It helps so much, especially if your base color is white and it's not, your glitter's not the color of your paint. It keeps you only having to do one coat of glitter. That's why I love it. So we're going to be using Lestrange from, I don't even know if I said that right, but that's what it sounds like, or at least spelled like that. And I'm going to be using that from the Peachy Olive Glitters. I will link it down in the description box. And so go ahead and apply that. Once you have that applied and your glitters on there, go ahead and set it to the side and let it dry for about 15 to 30 minutes. And then once it's dry, you're going to seal it twice with triple thick spray. And then you'll remove your tape from the purple section and you're going to apply your glitter onto that section with the adhesive. Your next step, you're going to be applying your washi tape or your vinyl or whatever you choose for your lines. I'm going to be using this washi tape from Hobby Lobby. I'm using purple and black. Purple is going to be my thicker base, and you are just going to put your washi tape around the edge of each line. I like to do 2 layers. I don't know, it just feels like it makes it pop more when you have double layers of washi tape or vinyl or whatever you're using. It just makes it pop more. And so for mine, I'm going to use purple as my base, and then I will go down the middle with black. So once you have your purple base done, trim it up, and then get your black and line it exactly where you started with, and then you'll trim that up. And once you're completely done with applying your washi tape, you're going to want to seal it with triple thick spray. It seems like every time that I epoxy over metallic washi tape, my epoxy wants to repel. So if you go ahead and seal it, it will keep it from repelling, but it will also keep your washi tape from lifting. Because it seems like sometimes your washi tape doesn't always want to stay down. Now that you have your washi tape done, go ahead and get your pattern final. And then I like to hole punch. I have a 2-inch hole punch, and I like to hole punch me a circle that is about 2 inches, and that will fit perfect on your 20 ounces and your 30 ounces. You don't have to add this to your bottom. I just like to do it because my customers don't expect it, and it's just a little bit of extra, especially when they're drinking, and then, you know, people could see the bottom of their cup also, and then it just matches. Now you're just going to epoxy your cup 1 coat. If you need to do 2, you can do 2, and then you'll be completely done. Anyways, that's the end of my tutorial. If you liked my tutorial, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Remember, everything will be linked down in the description box. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And then in the description box, I will drop a few coupon codes on the pattern vinyl, the epoxy, and the tumblers. and you can get a discount on all 3 of those. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you guys soon.